soggy. Joining us now in the studio, Sonny Desai. He's the board chair of the Make-A-Wish. It's for the whole state, right?
Whole state.
Yeah. And so we wanted to have you in here today. Sonny, first, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You bet. Wish Wednesdays. I've got a note on that. What does that mean exactly?
Wish Wednesday is kind of what we highlight. Every Wednesday we try to share a story of a wish.
Yeah.
And they're all local kids. More about building awareness for the wishes that are being granted in our local areas, communities.
Little background on the organization, exactly what you guys do. I think a lot of people are generally familiar, but tell us what you guys do.
So I'd like to really, if it's all right, talk about the two biggest misconceptions about Make-A-Wish Mississippi. So Make-A-Wish is a national brand. So everyone knows about Make-A-Wish, but the difference I think that people don't know is that this chapter is actually local. We're based here in Jackson, and we service all Mississippi kids. So when we raise money for our wishes, the money goes to grant the wishes here locally, all over the state.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people don't realize that, and they think this is going to a national pot, and they're doing this, spreading it out. But every dollar that we raise here locally goes back into our community.
Okay.
The second misconception I think people have about Make-A-Wish is that oftentimes they think these are all terminal kids, and that's not the case. It's only about 30%. So it's always life-threatening diseases or medical conditions that they have that we are able to grant wishes for them for.
How do you determine who, becomes a person, a child, that is eligible for a wish?
We get referrals from doctors.
Okay.
So they're the ones. There's a whole list of, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to try to tell you which ones are or not, but they refer them to us, and then they get added to our system, and then that starts the whole process. We interview the kids, and then let them kind of drive the conversation on what would be their ideal wish. And then we help grant that wish.
Is there a case or cases you'd like to share? You said it's Wish Wednesdays. You typically, I think I understood you right, that you focus on a case or a situation. Is that right? So is there something you want to share with us today?
What I'd like to tell you guys is the wish that I was a part of that I think had a really big impact for me.
Yeah.
There was this kid, I think he was about 6-7 years old, and then it was obviously the first year I got on the board, and this was like 4 years ago, and his wish was to have a golf cart. And then the look on his eyes when they kind of unreal, he just started crying because he was just so happy. And all I could remember from that was thinking, man, I would have loved to have a golf cart when I was his age.
Sure.
And then just the happiness of not only him, but his whole family was just incredible. Actually, I want to talk about the second one because I love cars.
Sure.
The other one was there's a 17-year-old boy, and he wanted to go to the World Auto Show in Europe.
Okay.
And then they did a wish reveal here locally at the Motor Cars of Jackson, and he got to drive in a McLaren. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So things like that. Those are the wishes that kind of leave a impression on me because they're all unique and it's all really catered towards the child.
Gotcha. Well, it's the organization has been around a while, has it not?
It has.
I think it's pretty well known.
It is. I think our advantage that we have is just the branding. Everyone knows Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities get involved, and the organization is very well spent. And so one unique thing I think this year, the last couple of years, has been really good for us is our leadership, even on a national level. Our new CEO is actually the ex-CEO of U.S. Bank.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, so this is kind of his stint of giving back, and we can start seeing from even on a local level like the monumental, like the steps he's taking to build more awareness. But
well, one thing that certainly always impacts me, I guess, from an emotional perspective, and I don't think I'm alone in this respect, is children, they're so helpless. You feel like they're so helpless, and when they get beset with some sort of disease or medical condition, it just doesn't seem right. They shouldn't have to deal with that as children. One of our customers back when I was in the IT business was St. Jude up in Memphis, and the work they do up there is incredible, and just the idea that a child has to deal with that, any sort of disease, like it's hard enough when you're an adult, but you just don't want children, and so it's good that you guys come in and try to make that a little better.
Agreed. And then one thing I like to point out too is that there have actually been medical studies done that show that the children actually get better.
Really?
After the wish.
Well, sure.
So it's it's just that happiness factor, and that's what I call a happiness factor.
Yeah.
They get happier, and then maybe, that leads to a better recovery. But
I mean, a person's mindset and their psyche.
Positivity, right.
I think it does have a lot to do with that, and I don't know if there's any clinical evidence of that. I don't know that it matters, but
there is actually.
Okay.
I wish I could remember the name, but we've got some. It was a YouTube video that we could
I'll
share.
be darned.
Yeah.
So then, and to a great extent, it's fair to say, Sonny, is it not, that the great work you guys do actually helps cure children and make them better and often recover from these diseases just through the experience of the Make-A-Wish.
Exactly.
Well, that's fantastic. What else would you like to tell our audience? We got a lot of people listening right now about your great organization.
Well, I would like to share how everyone can get involved, because they're listening right now or watching and just thinking, how do we get involved? So we have a Facebook page, we have our website, Make-A-Wish Mississippi. You can obviously donate. That'd be the easiest way. But we're actually looking for volunteers, people to get involved in our events. We do a gala every year. We do multiple golf tournaments. I'm actually, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm wearing one of the
I can. I told you I have the exact same shirt. I played in the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same shirt every year, but I played twice.
Yeah.
It's Old Waverly.
Old Waverly, right.
Fantastic event.
All right.
And have been fortunate to play in that.
And we're having another one over here at the Deerfield course. My company, actually, Desai Companies, we help host it every year for the last 3 or 4 years now. And that's kind of how we give back as a company. We help put it together and help raise money for that event. But
very cool event.
Yeah. And then I say another way to get involved, if you're a company, is to kind of do what we're doing, is to help co-host an event and get your office and all the employees involved in trying to grant a wish, and then having the wish revealed there. Some couple of things we can
One of our listeners, Tim in Oxford, just sent a photo and a little note of their Make-A-Wish trip from Australia. They went to Australia. Daughter is on the right in the photo, ovarian cancer survivor, St. Jude. How about that?
Oh, wow.
So that's cool.
We've actually, it's amazing once you start spreading the message and how many people either directly know someone that had a wish granted or someone in their family,
Yeah. Well, so how did you get involved with it?
So I was looking for a way to get involved with the community. I'm fairly still young, 34. So at that time, I was just trying to find some way to get involved. And Make-A-Wish actually reached out to me through a board search program. And again, I had the same misconceptions that everyone had. I was like, this is a national organization. But then when I started asking the questions and then figured out that this was local impact, that's why I decided to get involved. And then I've got this kind of internal rule where I only sit on one a nonprofit board at a time, so I can just give it my 100% focus.
I got you.